Yo, what's going on guys? Abby here. Today's video is going to be more on a touchy subject, as I'm going to be talking about Chime of Conflict, a feature that in the eyes of some people is the worst thing to ever happen to Deepwoken. And as time goes on, certain people's opinions on Chime of Conflict has just gotten worse and worse. Today, I'm going to give you guys legitimate reasons as to why people think Chime of Conflict is bad and what we should do about it. Now, I should start off by saying that my personal opinion on Chime of Conflict is that it's very flawed. I understand the devs' thought process when they were making this feature. They wanted a way for players to be able to easily find fights and have fun with the game's PvP. But after seeing what Chime of Conflict has done to Deepwoken, in my personal opinion, adding a feature like Chime of Conflict was not the way to do this. Now, enough about me rambling, let me give you guys some actual reasons as to why Chime of Conflict isn't great. First of all, it makes the overworld way more boring. Back in the early days of Deepwoken, if you wanted to find a fight, you would go to an island like, for example, Primadon Island, and there's a good chance you'd find a large-scale fight there. I mean, you'd just be fighting Primadon, right? And then a whole max-level player pulls up on you, and now you guys are fighting to the death. I mean, in the moment, obviously it's going to be annoying since you're just trying to farm Primadon, but it's probably one of the funnest experiences Deepwoken has ever seen. You just can't find that type of adrenaline and thrill anywhere else in Deepwoken, since anyone who wants to play PvP just goes in Chime. Next, I want to talk about the absolutely atrocious builds you see that are made just for Chime. In Chime of Conflict, you'll find things like a dagger user that somehow does a bar of damage with one critical, the Shrine of Order 600 HP build with all the dead gods and reinforced armor and spent 2 weeks min-maxing, the mage that forgot Deepwoken was a game based off weapons and just spams mantras with basically no cooldown. And the worst part is that it's not like you see these builds once or twice. All you find in Chime of Conflict are builds that are completely made to just slaughter. I mean, just pay attention to this clip on screen right now. I literally went into Chime to get some footage for the video, and I'm not even trolling. In my third fight, I found this guy who literally thinks he's a Harry Potter character with all the magic he's using. Like, please, if you go back 10 seconds, I swear you could see that the mantra to M1 ratio is like 10 to 1. A lot of these builds are only viable in Chime of Conflict anyways, and if they were to fight in the real world, they'd probably lose to anyone with a regular build. Next, I want to talk about the horrendous idea that was elo in Chime. Now, remember how I was just saying that people min-max their builds to dominate in Chime? Well, ever since elo was added, people are doing that even more. That's not even the main point I want to talk about. I want to talk about boosting. Yes, I know, there are people in Deepwoken who go out with a friend to boost a number in a Roblox game. Honestly, that's just sad. This makes it so that the top 250 list is hardly even a list that shows the most skilled players. It kind of just shows the ones who've had the most time to spare boosting each other. On top of that, there's the skull system, which is just horrendous. Since, say for instance, you made a new build, right? You want to go test it out in Chime of Conflict? You're going to go in there, and since you have no experience on the build, you're not going to be too great on it. You're going to be fighting against some guy who, again, is using a min-maxed OP build, and you're going to get folded. You're going to do that again and lose 2 skulls immediately, right? And then you're going to think, oh, I don't want to go to the depths, I'll just find a fight in the overworld. Except you can't, because everyone's playing Chime. To be honest, the problem is that a mode like Chime of Conflict doesn't fit in an open world game like Deepwoken. So what do I think we should do? In the most truthful way possible, I think Chime just has to go. Think about it. Removing Chime will bring back overworld ganks. You won't see these scummy builds that only worked in Chime anyways. Any fight you take will actually be impactful, as you can win and get a huge reward, or lose and be sent to the depths. You won't have these boosted players impostering as actually being skilled, and Deepwoken will finally feel like a true open world game. To be honest, Chime of Conflict didn't bring much pros to the game anyways. I mean, it made it easy to find a fight if you really wanted to, but weighing that to the cons it brings, it's just crazy. Anyways, on that note, that's gonna be the end of this video. I know this is a pretty controversial topic since there are some people who are really enjoying Chime, but I think I'm in the right saying that the large majority of players are negatively impacted by this feature. I mean, most people who play Chime seriously don't even enjoy it that much, so what does that say about the people who don't play Chime like that? But hey, that's just my opinion. So if you guys have any comments or concerns, please make sure to leave it down in the comments since I'm always happy to discuss with you guys. What else is there to say? Make sure to like and subscribe, and peace out.